All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. It's Thursday officially now. So obviously the Lakers wasn't playing tonight. The Raptors and other teams I follow closely wasn't playing tonight. So I got the opportunity to watch a couple other games, and it's one team that I really been wanting to watch. I really been wanting to see, what this team I wanted to get the chance to like really watch them in an entire game, and I did. And I'm talking about the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, I know this is the game without Kawhi and Paul George. I got it. That's not what I was looking for because I understood that. I didn't expect them to win this game. But this is the thing, and I was kind of alluding this to a video I did just a few minutes ago about the Lakers. Is your core like how do they respond? Like, do they take the challenge when your superstar is out, when your superstars out, like your superstars are out. See, what we don't understand a lot of time about team is yeah, a team gonna stay in the game. The superstar, in my opinion, the superstar job is a lot of times just to bring it home. And what you saw in the different in this game here in the fourth quarter was the Jazz had their stars, the Clippers didn't. So the Jazz stars was able to start stepping up and start to bring this thing home. That's what you expect. But the Clippers didn't have that. Obviously, with Paul George out and Kawhi Leonard being out, you're not going to have that. So you can expect to match one of the best team in the West right now, especially record wise. When you can expect to beat them when you don't have either one of your stars right now. But what when watching this game, especially the first three quarters, if you look at the final score, you wouldn't even know the Clippers were leading at one point in the third quarter. Like you wouldn't know that. The Clippers was right there. And what you want to do is when your team, this is an opportunity. Kawhi will be back. George will be back. But what this is an opportunity for your role players and the other players to really find their rhythm. Find their rhythm, work on their way of contributing, work out whatever kinks they have. So when the stars come back and you're ready to take off again, you ready. Your role players are used to being an impact. So now when a Reggie Jackson hits the court, it's like take off. You know what I'm saying? It's when he hit the court coming off the bench. It's like wait, I've been playing my role a lot. I've been playing a heck of a lot more. Prior to this. So now is my opportunity. When I come in, I'm in my rhythm. I know what I'm expecting. I've been playing. I'm going. All Kawhi and Paul George got to do come back and be them. You don't want Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to come back feeling like, oh God, we got to try to save the day. Oh, what we gonna? All right, let's start forcing. That's never gonna work. All right, you see a lot of time when superstars come back, they start forcing it. Right? It's like, oh, I gotta get us, back going. No, no, no. You want to know that your team is good, and they're fine. You just got to come back and be you. And I think the Clippers are there. I think the Clippers are exactly there. They're at a point where now they did lose this game, but again, it was to Utah. And the only reason they lost this game is Utah had their stars and Clippers didn't. So when the game was on the line, that fourth quarter hit, boom, boom, boom. Their stars stepped up. The Clippers didn't really have their stars. So, but it is not taking nothing away from the Jazz at all. The Jazz are number one team in the West right now, and I think if I'm not mistaken, they got the best record in the NBA right now. So they're doing their thing. The question going to be for them is this a hot streak or they just a great team? That's going to be the question for them. The streaks come and go, but are they going to be the team that's going to really, take this thing to really be a force in the playoffs? We know what Donovan Mitchell can do in the playoffs. We know what Rudy Gobert brings to the table, but in that playoffs they got to be different. And shout out to the Jazz, man. They've definitely upgraded from last year. They're quietly, well, now they're getting attention, but quiet before this, they were quietly just going about it, doing their thing, not really making a lot of noise. But Utah's they right there, man. They right there. They look good. Up until that third quarter, I mean, at least late in that third quarter, you start to be like, y'all about to lose this game to the Clippers without even their two stars. But they did what they were supposed to do. When it's time to clamp down and play, they did that. They balled when it was time to, and that's the difference in this game. But like I said, I'm watching this game because if you're a fan of the NBA, I'm a Laker fan, but I watch Clippers. Well, when I can, I watch the Clippers game, and I'm looking because I've always been a fan of Lou Will and well, okay, I ain't gonna say I've been the biggest fan of Pat Bev. Like I said, he's the guy. Pat Bev is the type of player that if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him, especially when he's playing against your team. But I love his tenacity. I love the way he plays. He give you 110%. His thing is just staying healthy. But you want to see how the team would respond without having their two main guys. They got the victory the other night. They came back. They came here tonight. They did lose this game, but I thought they fought well. Like I said, they outscored them the first half. They was winning this battle at the first half. At the end of the first half, they was winning this game, and they was leading out at one point in the third quarter until Utah kind of took this thing over. But you when you watching these games, you want to know, okay, can my, are is the team ready? I think the team ready now. Tonight, when you look at it, I feel like there's certain people I expect to step up. Lou Williams being one of them. He was 6 of 18 for 16 points. Reggie Jackson with 5 of 12 for 15 points. Lou Williams had 16. I'm sorry. Yeah, but see, and this the thing. You're gonna need a little bit more from Zubac. You're gonna need Morris got to have a better night than that. 4 of 15 for 9 points. He had to have more of an impact than that. But again, you got to remember, these are not the stars; these are the role players. So you're likely to see them take a little bit more advantage of their opportunity here with what's the guy's name? With Kawhi Leonard and Paul George being out, you want your role. But the same thing I said about the Lakers. When Anthony Davis being out, Kyle Kuzma, it's your time. This is your time right now to increase your stock, not just for the Lakers, but throughout the NBA. Same thing with this. A person like I want a person like Lou Will, who kind of I've always been a Lou Will fan. I always say he was a walking bucket. He's a professional scorer, but you kind of say, all right, this is your time to go off now. If it's in you, it's time to show it. It might not win you the game, but you got to have more than no one scored over 20 points. That can't be the case. But overall, man, I thought the Clippers played very well in this game. I wanted to see what they looked like, but I was impressed. But I was impressed with the fight, the way they played. They had a great strategy. Like I said, they just were missing their stars. Other than that, though, like I said, the Clippers are a team, man. They so dangerous because they're quiet. I think Kawhi is in his element when he ain't got no attention. When he's not talked about, he's one of the most dangerous players in the NBA because he's not a media guy. Everything is low key right now. I think that's how they want to keep it. And then that thing they hit you with the uppercut, boom, boom, we here. So hats off to the Clippers, man. They came up short tonight, but they played hard. The Utah Jazz, hey, they the best in the West. What can you say? If you don't like it, stop them. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, man, you guys be good.